let's make these tasty salmon tacos. I'm Chef Kyle from Kyle's Creations, here to make simple and healthy recipes for everyday living. If you're new now and you love to get creative with cooking, hit that subscribe button right now and ding my notification bell for my latest and tasty recipes. And we're gonna start with a quick and easy coconut marinade that I'm gonna add some wonderful flavors to it. I'm gonna get some umami flavor from the soy sauce, the Worcestershire, and of course, love to use the coconut milk. First step, to make the salmon marinade, start by adding fresh ginger, citrus, and sprinkle a sweet citrus coriander spice over it. And finally, cover the salmon fillets with coconut milk and let that marinate for up to 1 hour. First, I'm gonna prepare the ginger. You don't need to remove the skin. We already washed this, so we're just gonna chop these up into slices. So about 3 slices of ginger that's going in, just throw that on top. Rest of the ginger I'm going to use to pickle some cabbage. I'm going to add some cilantro to this, just take a bunch. Chop the cilantro and get it on there. Make some zest. You can go this way, you can do that too, and you can also do this. Wet paper towel to wipe the knife in between cuts. Use a fork, squeeze out maybe close to 2 to 4 tablespoons of fresh lime juice right into the marinade. And we're gonna go in with some coriander. And now we're gonna add the coconut milk, maybe 3/4 of a cup, about 2 tablespoons of light tamari, about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. 1, 2. Now let's get interactive with your children or other family members that you can bring together and gather up to help finish cooking this by tossing this around the marinade. Very simple. Now I'm going to wrap it. And we're going to refrigerate this. Anywhere from 15 minutes to up to an hour is perfect. Step 2, let's make our sweet and sour pickling liquid. Combine water, sugar, salt, and wonderful star anise. Bring this mixture to a gentle boil in a large pot. Meanwhile, slice up some yellow onion, fennel, and a 1/4 head of Napa cabbage. Once the liquid is ready, pour it over the chopped vegetables and let it cool. One of my key features for this taco recipe is some pickled vegetables. We got yellow onion, we've got Napa cabbage, which is nice, sweet, and we got some beautiful fennel right now. So I'm gonna marry all these vegetables together with a vinegar-based brine. So just regular white vinegar, about 1.75 cups. And now we have 3/4 of a cup of distilled water. Now we're gonna go in with some coriander seeds right in there, 3 to 4 sprigs of bay leaf, 2 star anise, about 1/2 cup of brown sugar. This is actually light brown sugar. Now we're gonna add some garlic cloves. Let's just smash them right in there. And now we're gonna bring this to a soft boil. We got medium-high heat. Just give this a once or twice around with a whisk so the sugar can dissolve. And we're also gonna go in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. There we go. Now we're gonna prepare the vegetables. Okay, onion. We're gonna only use about 1/3 of it. Move the end. And we're gonna do some moon slices. Set that aside. Now the fennel. I'm just gonna do 1/3. And remove the bottom. And we're also gonna remove the cores. Fennel is wonderful. Definitely pairs beautifully with onion, which has like a slight sweet note to it. But it also has like a slight licorice flavor to it, which actually will balance beautifully with the salmon, which is a little bit heavier. So these vegetables are going to actually lighten it up, and the fact that they're pickled is going to be spectacular. So now we're going to chop this. I'm going to do slices. And if you guys want to know any more information about the ingredients or seasonings that I'm using, click my WebMD links in the description box below. Perfect. Now some cabbage. So for a small head of Napa cabbage, we use about a quarter of it. And we're going to just chop it. So I want to say this is about 1, this is about 2, and we'll do a couple more. That's perfect. So we're going to save this for another time. And you can always use these vegetables together. You can even roast them together as a vegetable pan dinner. It's perfect. Now come look over here. Look at that. It's on a soft boil stage. Now we're going to shut that off. Now we're going to pour this on top. 20-30 minutes. By the time we finish everything else, this is going to be perfectly pickled. Step 3. Let's prepare our herb crumb topping by combining fresh herbs with breadcrumbs. Then sprinkle that delicious herb mixture over the top of the salmon fillets and pop these in the oven until fully cooked. While the salmon is baking, let's make an easy taco holder. Grab some aluminum foil and fold it back and forth to create a zigzag pattern. Place your flat tacos in the folds and bake them until golden brown and crispy. I'm actually going to remove a little bit of the marinade. Now just add some salt to the top. And you can reuse this marinade, just warm it up and boil it and let that simmer for about 10 minutes. So now we're making an herb panko. So I'm going to take 1 full sprig of tarragon. If you can't find tarragon, you can always use dill, which is easy to find. Dill goes great with fish. And if you've seen my other recipes, I have a marinated salmon, a citrus marinated salmon that is paired with dill and some wonderful citrus flavor from limes and oranges. Take the tarragon, bunch it up, and just give that a chop. Cilantro. You can also use parsley if you don't like cilantro. Small bunch. Roll it up. Same thing. Quick chop. Now add my chopped herbs to a small bowl. Add the breadcrumbs. Put them out. Just a pinch of salt. Smallest pinch. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Mix that together until combined. Now I'm going to crust the salmon. Alright, now we're going to bake it at 375 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, the salmon is ready. I'm going to finally pull it out. Nice herbed crumb topping on top. And you can even have it just like that. You have some vegetables with it. Perfect dinner. There you go. Right here, I'm just going to strain all the pickled vegetables. And we're just going to take what we need. I'm just going to squeeze out as much of that liquid so that these don't become soggy in that crispy taco shell. Okay, right now, just going to fold this and fan this out. Sometimes we have to invent things in catering. Now let's add our favorite tortilla in between the aluminum folds. Okay, slide that in. Okay, close that up. And we're going to bake that for about 5 to 7 minutes. Fourth step. Now we're going to make a new type of green goddess dressing to enhance the flavors of the salmon tacos. Next, let's saute some pineapple slices to bring out its natural sweetness. And finally, slice up those herb crusted salmon fillets and assemble our salmon tacos. Now we're going to make the dressing. Pickled green peppercorns. I'm just going to rinse them. I don't need this much. On my cutting board, just going to smash it with the back of my knife. I'm going to start off with that much, going with about 2 teaspoons of fresh lime juice, 1 small clove of garlic, and mash it up with your knife. And that's going to cook the garlic so it doesn't have that raw flavor. Going with some cilantro. Remove the stems from the cilantro. Just bunch that up together. About 1 tablespoon of tarragon. Nothing goes to waste. Right, tacos are ready. Set that aside here to cool off. Nice and crispy. Back to our green goddess dressing. Add a pinch of salt, olive oil, about 1 tablespoon, about a 1/4 cup of mayo, 1/4 cup of yogurt, and we're gonna mix that together. All right, final touch, we're gonna add some pineapple to this. So I have my pan on like medium high heat. Let this warm up a little bit first. Drizzle in some extra virgin olive oil. And we're gonna go in with some pineapple. A little bit of oil in this one, it's a little dry. Now we're just gonna toast this. Now we're just gonna saute the pineapple for 2 to 3 minutes per side. Just want a little char on there, look at that, that's what you want. Once you have that slight char on both sides, let that drain on some paper towel. Finish cooking these. Look at that, so simple. I'm gonna let this cool off and we're just gonna quickly chop this up. Not wanna hide any of the ingredients. So the best way to do that, best way to fix that is to do thin pieces of pineapple. Okay, easiest way to build this is actually keep this the same way we had it before. Get the salmon first. It starts to fall apart. Go a little thicker with the slice. Now we're gonna build this. Add the pickled vegetables on the bottom. Then we're gonna go in with the sliced salmon. Really stuff these. Just take a little bit of that marinade. 3 pieces of pineapple. Now we're gonna add the dressing. Take a little bit of cilantro, put right on top. Okay, now I'm gonna try these. These look wonderful. Look at that. Squeeze a little fresh lime juice on there. Whoa. Let's try it right now. Wow. That is fantastic. There's this bright citrus flavor, but unlike my citrus salmon, it's so different, it's so unique. It's actually extremely refreshing. The salmon is perfectly cooked. There's a little bit of pickling, a little bit of sweetness, cabbage, the onions, all those flavors pair beautifully and tie together with that bow of star anise, which adds a warming component to this dish. The dressing is spot on, very light and very flavorful, with a slight bit of tang. And then you start to taste the salmon, the layers, that flavor comes through, but it's actually a very clean flavor as well. Then you got a lovely velvety layer of sweet pineapple notes that come through, and that caramelized flavor makes this a world-class taco. You can have it any day of the week. Doesn't have to be Tuesday. And today we're doing this on Sunday, so it's even better. And I have other videos I'm gonna plug right now. This reminds me of my citrus salmon recipe. That is a wonderful dish to make. Perfect for meal prep, very easy on-the-go meals. And my next video I have is a similar taco recipe, Mediterranean style shrimp taco recipe. It has a wonderful crema dressing with it. Very easy to make, like all my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next episode. Take care.